So whether or not that tweet by Young Thug trying to get these three men on the same page will work or not, we don't know. I want to salute the effort.
Yeah.
I do. Like,
I feel like a lot of the stuff that's going on in hip hop, especially young hip hop, was created by Lil Uzi Vert, right? Maxo Cream. He uses the same flow all the time.
No, he does.
Right?
He does.
Benny the Butcher uses the same flow all the time.
He does.
But
he does.
What they're saying, they don't care what, I don't care how we say it, is listen to what we're saying. And I think, in those cases, you got to give a pass to.
But, and also, the last thing I'll say is beyond just the flows, too. A lot, artists, rappers specifically, they give a lot of credence to some of these claims of sounding the same. Mm-hmm. I think it's more about the production.
Yeah.
Yo. We are Lil Uzi Vert. Check out the full podcast. Link below.
Yo. We are the Lil Uzi Wise guys. It's your boy Uchay. I got my boy
QDeezy, Fasheezy. It's way too easy. Representing RGM Easy. Woo! I used to be a rapper. I used to rap.
You?
Yeah, I rapped in the hood.
Rapping Quincy?
Yeah, I used to.
Your rap name was Quincy?
MC. I used to battle during lunch.
I feel you. Yeah.
To somebody doing the Clips beat.
Oh yeah. Come on, classic grind. Yo, welcome back to the Ill-Advised Wise Guys podcast. This is another episode. What is this? 175?
Yes, 175. Lost count, but
yeah. Shout out to the gang. If you're new here, stay a while, and if you've been here before, stay even longer.
Gang.
We want to thank everybody who checked out our last episode, man. Y'all really turned up for us on TikTok and some of these other platforms, really engaging with us. So we want to appreciate y'all, man. 100%, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe button too, man. We trying to get to our goal of 2K on YouTube. We got a couple more hundred to get to. But we gonna get there, guys. But it's with your help. So make sure as you're coming in, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Follow us on the socials as well, man. If y'all tapped into what we got going on.
Yes, sir.
Man, how you feeling today, man?
You know
feeling
what?
Good?
Under the weather a little bit, man.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I just popped a cough drop. I just popped
the perk?
They should have a rap name for cough drops. I just popped a Loz.
A what?
A lozenger, throat lozenger.
Nah, that sounds crazy.
I just popped a lozy.
That sounds too formal.
I popped a lozy.
Now you got to make it. There we go. I was gonna say you got to make it sound cool.
Hey, I walked into the club popping lozzies.
Hey, 20 milligrams of lozy. Nah, I like that. But when not be you being sick, but the lozy part.
Yeah,
that sounds kind of cool.
I mean, it's weather. The weather change.
Of course.
Scratchy throat.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, like, knock on wood, nobody's checking for COVID like that no more. I don't even think if I have COVID. I'm just like, yes, no.
Hey,
but
what COVID? Wait, what COVID? What is COVID?
Crazy.
I don't even know what that means, sir.
I'm glad we out of it. But yeah, I feel okay.
Man,
I mean,
I'm actually feeling good, man.
So, matter of fact, I got a question for people. This is something that I was like, am I the only one that understands this? Mm-hmm. I don't feel sick, but I have sick symptoms, but I don't feel sick. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, of course.
Okay, awesome. So I don't feel sick, but I got the symptoms of a sickness, of a cold.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Why are you so close to me then?
Yeah, because
go that way.
I'm not. I don't
go over there.
I didn't put my damn
sicko
snot. What do you call that?
Hey, it can be transmitted through the mic.
No, that's not true.
You're right. Remember all the stupid stupid things that we were told during COVID?
Keep the window open.
Hey, man.
Which I guess that's good, but
I was about to say it's been argued that wearing a mask. It's been argued that wearing a mask was kind of like pointless, but I ain't gonna. Listen,
here we go.
Last episode was the tinfoil hat.
We don't know. We don't need
Last
to go
episode was the conspiracy theory.
All right?
I'm not gonna do that. This is not what this episode's for, man. But no, I'm feeling pretty good, man. Luckily, no sickness. You know what I'm saying? I take my multivitamins and all that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hopefully you guys do too, man.
Yeah.
Let's get to it though, man. Q, what you got?
Check out ratingsgamemusic.com, aka RGM in lesser countries. There was some interesting albums that came out this week, or these past couple of weeks. Ian. Your boy Ian and Yeet both dropped on the same day.
I actually like that Yeet album.
You like the Yeet? I didn't really care for it.
I would say this is the most concise cohesive, grown version of Yeet I've heard.
Yo, by the way,
Dead ass.
I will say that Lil Durk song, him and Yeet, Durk slid on that joint. I was like,
crazy.
Durk went crazy.
But I didn't like that repetitive part at the end where he was talking about what drugs do you take.
Oh yeah,
I didn't love that.
Yeah, but Kodak Black one was weird. But Yeet dropped. Ian was still working on Benny the Butcher. Shot or stabbed 2.
That was crazy.
Or stabbed and shot 2. That's the album cover or the album title.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then there's songs by. Did you see Ari Lennox had a song called
I didn't
Smoke? WizKid and Brent Faiyaz had a joint. Brent Faiyaz absolutely killed it. So yeah, check out ratingsgamemusic.com. We also got movie reviews. I'm about to post Smile 2.
There you go.
By my guy Will. So check out ratingsgamemusic.com.
Yes, sir.
Best music site on the globe.
Big RGM. Y'all make sure to don't forget that too. The big, not the little one, man.
Big
Pause.
RGM.
Ratingsgamemusic.com. Y'all check that out, man. Yes. Hey, real quick though.
Yes, sir.
What'd you think about Tyler the Creator kind of jumping back out there, talking about he about to drop a new album soon? How do you feel about that? Are you excited? You know, what you think?
You know, I feel like Tyler's one of them interesting artists where, like, he just kind of comes out of nowhere every time he drops. Like, you know, when he dropped the one with him and DJ Drama, I felt like that was like, whoa, where did this come from? So it's looking at the cover of the album, I just don't know what's it. What the hell is that? What was that even him? He looked like he was a black face.
It was him
in white face that was being blackface.
How you doing blackface? You're doing blackface.
A black person
black
that as a white who turned white and then turned black. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, that was interesting. Listen, I asked you that because I'm like, dog, like I keep saying Tiger. Tyler the Creator, dog, he is
a big dog.
He's truly one of the only rappers right now that's keeping up this mantle of the expectation of recreating yourself every drop.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it's just a new version of Tyler.
That's true. And we don't know.
Did it again. Tyler the Creator. Yeah. That's just, man. I don't even know what to expect, bro. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
He might sing. And he seems to be good at all. The good thing is, if you look on that cover, it said all songs written, produced, and recorded or whatever. What's the other thing? Performed. Written, produced, performed by Tyler the Creator. So
and I respect that.
That should be something that, that should get you excited.
That's his bag, though. That's his bag. But yeah, anyway, I'm sure Ratings Game Music is going to cover his album when it drops.
Yes.
Y'all make sure to tap into the brand. Now let's move on to the next topic or thing we want to promote, and that means Zero Skips. Y'all know what time it is. That's our indie playlist where we highlight a lot of rising talent, emerging artists. I want to give a big shout out to a lot of the newer artists who've been dropping and submitting to us, man. I swear. Y'all got to check out some of these drops, bro. Honestly, there's too many to name. So I just encourage you guys. Go check out the playlist. Start from the top. I actually sequence it. It's very cohesive. Y'all make sure to tap in.
You sequenced it?
I do.
Nice.
It's not the bots. Not the bots, bro. Yeah, y'all make sure,
not
man.
Not the K-bots?
Yeah, no, it's really, really dope. And, yeah, man, of course. You got your song has to be skipless, man. That's how this works.
Right. Not in stores.
No, it is in stores. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that. But before I do, man, like I said, man, Spotify, that's the only place you can find it. It's not on YouTube. It's not on Apple. It's not on Deezer. It's not on SoundCloud.
Yes.
Spotify drop only, aka in stores now. Y'all
Please stop that.
Let's freaking go.
Stop it.
Let's go.
You're making me sicker.
That's a good thing. Go take your lazy or whatever the hell you said.
Lazy, bro.
Lazy, excuse me.
Don't. I'll kick your ass.
Hey, I'll sue you.
I'll sue you. That's true. That's true. I'll breathe on you.
Hey, man. Now let's get to the topics, though, man. On this episode, we're going to be talking about why a lot of rappers are using a very similar style, similar flow. For example, Bossman D-Lo, man. Listen, we've been sort of floating this name around here and there on the pod, off the pod. It's going to be one of the first times we kind of dive into what we think about him or not. But there's some artists that are kind of using a very similar format, very reminiscent of DaBaby. Y'all remember when DaBaby was popping? Everybody told him, yo, when is he going to switch his flow up? When's that going to happen, guys?
Was insane.
And he never did, but he still maintained success.
Absolutely switched his flow up.
But that was after he fell off.
We'll talk about it.
Let's be real. We got to be real. But anyway, there's some other names. Bossman D-Lo, of course, Big X the Plug. We're going to talk about should artists actually maintain the same flow or should they switch it up? We'll see what happens. Also, Lil Uzi Vert. That's a name that people don't really talk about these days. And it's kind of probably his own doing. He drops and then he disappears.
Not his. Their own doing.
Right.
Okay?
I forgot.
You're
totally right. That is their doing.
Them.
Them. That's not to mock, but that is his acronym.
No, yeah, seriously.
Or his pronoun, rather.
I got cussed out. That's the only reason. I've been cussed out several
thank you.
times.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Now, Uzi, that's what I'm going to call him.
Yes.
Uzi has they dropped the pink tape. See, you try. Hey, come on, man. Why'd you do that? Why you do that to me, man?
I just gotta start because you're gonna make mad mistakes. It's hard.
Uzi dropped his pink tape project.
Yeah.
I did it again. Dropped the pink tape album, and it sold pretty well, right? It went on to be the #1 album in that year when everybody was talking about hip hop flopping and not getting to the #1. But the point is, he's been a little MIA since.
Yes.
They've been a little MIA. Yo, why'd you do it, bro? Why'd you do it? Anyway, but no, the point is, has Uzi not met expectations, though? Like, wasn't Uzi supposed to be a rock star? Is he a rock star?
You selling the hell out of this one.
Bro, you got to, man. Yo, it's like Vince McMahon. It's like wrestling, bro.
Tune in after this commercial break.
Exactly. But no, we're going to get to it on that one. And I know you got some stuff to talk about on that. So do I. Yeah. But first, we got to get to the late breaking news. I don't know when you guys are going to check this podcast out. But hey, don't matter. The tweet is still up, damn it. Young Thug, breaking news, guys. He took a break from his RICO trial in order to create peace among the people who were the rappers in Atlanta. He tweeted out, "Hey, Drake, Metro."
I like how he said rappers in Atlanta, like Drake's a rapper in Atlanta.
Hey, man, Kendrick said he was. You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance in. You a effing colonizer. Now, I didn't say it. Kendrick said that.
Okay, all right.
Nonetheless, yeah, let me stop joking and get serious for a second. But I thought it was a big deal, man. Young Thug tweeting out that he kind of wants Future, Metro, Drake. They're brothers.
Squash it.
Squash the beef.
Yeah, we brothers.
You know, I got a question for you, though.
Squash it.
Is that a significant tweet? Or is it just like much to do about nothing? Should we be looking into the potential beef being squashed?
Yes.
Is there something there?
Well, you know, honestly, by the way, I was just, as you were saying the tweet, I was just picturing Young Thug's voice saying it. You know, we brothers, man. You know, we slimes. You know, we're brothers, man. We can keep doing that. You know, but that's how
you actually sound like Lil Durk just now. I couldn't tell if that was Durk or Young Thug. I don't know.
You know, we slimy. You know, but yeah. So okay, with the Drake 20v1, right?
Yeah.
With the 20v1 that Drake is going after, some of them I literally said on this show, he's going to squash a good chunk of them. I don't think Kendrick is going to be squashed. But the #1 beef that I thought would be squashed and will be squashed pretty soon was the one with Future. I just don't believe that one. I still don't know what it's about. I mean, you know, Future said, you know, I don't need another fake friend around me, dog. This is about a girl, you know, this is that. But if it's about a girl, I mean, I can see that, you know, piecing it up. But that's the one where I was like, yo, I think this can be squashed. And if y'all recall, Young Thug and Future had their differences at one point, right?
Yep.
And so, you know, they squashed it immediately. Future just doesn't strike me as a dude that beefs with people. You know what I'm saying? So I think,
or keeps the beef
going.
Forever, yeah.
And you know, this might be an indication that Young Thug has talked to both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, Young Thug has probably talked to Drake. Drake recently, by the way, came out and said, like, you know, I'm actually putting money on Young Thug's trial. I'm not just talking about it. So I'm sure maybe they talked. he asked him what's going on between you and Future. He probably said, man, some stupid stuff, man. Like, this, that. Talk to Future. Future probably said the same thing. And he's like, why are y'all beefing? So I do. And Future, by the way, retweeted that tweet.
Did he really?
He retweeted it.
That's big.
So it's like, we're
reporting on tweets.
I know.
Look, it's insane that we're even reporting this, but we understand the overall
Exactly.
context
Exactly.
of the significance.
It's
anyway.
significant, right?
Yeah.
So that one, I'm pretty sure. So I do believe that's going to be squashed soon here.
Okay.
The Metro Boomin one, I'm not too sure. Metro Boomin, I just think Drake doesn't even think he's cool. Like Drake, whether or not Drake will admit it, I believe Drake looks up to Future to a certain extent.
Okay.
But I don't think he respects Metro Boomin. There's a respect thing I don't see there. And so, hopefully I liked it.
Okay.
We needed a turn of events that was just not baseless. There's so much baseless events that's going on with these beefs. This was actually, to me, one of the biggest turning points. And so, we'll see.
No, I get where you're coming from. I'll say this for context. I learned after looking up that tweet, kind of looking what's out there. I learned that 21 Savage was actually celebrating a birthday in Atlanta, and allegedly Drake, Future, and Metro we're all going to be in attendance.
Yeah.
And so because 21 is in the middle of everybody, I don't think he wanted to come out and be the big brother because he's really not that big dog that can really corral them, but Thug is.
Yeah.
They were all on that same page. So I was told that was actually the reason why Thug came out at this time. The timing of it. It's surrounding that birthday party that they got going on. But I digress. The point is, it's interesting because you said a lot of good things and things I agree with. It never appeared to me that like the beef between Drake and Future was ever significant.
Yeah.
It definitely seemed like it was over a girl. And my thing is, like, if you're a dude and you're beefing over women, it's like, bruh, if that ain't your wife, like, what we doing?
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, what are we really doing? Exactly. So it's like, at that point, it's probably egos involved and things like that. Honestly, I would think all of this stuff is ego driven. Who knows though?
And once you cross that line,
there's a lot of lines that'll probably cross.
Once you cross that line, you can't go back.
Yeah.
In the media, but like to me, it's dudes gonna. People forget. At the end of the day, they're rappers. Yeah, fine, whatever, producers. Yeah. But at the end of the day, they're still dudes. Like first and foremost, they are men. And men, we ain't. What they gonna do? They see each other at the party. They gonna be like, "Yo, hey man, f you." Like, no, they'll probably dap it up.
Hey,
they probably be like, "Yo, man, you was talking that talk, but blah blah blah." They not gonna fight.
Look, you never know, man, because again, egos get involved, alcohol, substances. You never know what can happen. But my point is, I like the bigger point is, I like the fact that Thug did this because, as somebody who's going through his own legal battles, trials, he could possibly be in jail for all we know at some point for a long time. Mm-hmm. I like the fact that he came out and tried to be the peacemaker and be the older, the grown up in the room, the mutual party, the one who can only do this.
Yeah,
there was only one person.
Actually, 21 could have.
No,
21 Savage could have.
21. I don't. With all due respect to 21, I just don't believe 21 has the respect of a Future. Mm-hmm. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying you don't respect him. I just mean like from a pillar in the game,
but I still think he could do it.
Not like Thug. Thug is actually another level.
Thug is the OG that people. Thug
That's
is
what
almost
I'm saying.
looked
It's
at
another
as like
level.
Thug has become the a legendary
mystical
figure. Yeah, who people respect. But also, I think maybe Thug did this because he saw, with Rich Homie Quan. Rich Homie Quan passed away in that situation. Everybody and their mama said, like, damn, we wish y'all were still making music together. Damn, what happened? And he probably looked at it and was like, I still like this guy. I still respect this guy. But, like, for whatever weird reason, we beefed, and now look what happened. It was pointless. Yeah. We could have gotten so many more Rich Homie and Young Thug hit records.
For sure.
And so he's probably looking at it like, yo, Future. Like, dog, like, at the end of the day, these guys can't sit back, get in these plaques that says featuring Drake, and sitting back and just being like, yo, I'm going to F that dude.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Drake has done so much for so many people's careers that at a certain point you got to say, like, I'm beefing with this guy for it's messing up. It could be messing up my money. It's hot. See, it was hot. It was cool.
Yeah.
But that thing, it starts to mess your money up.
Of course.
Because it's like Future. I love Future.
Yeah.
Future's a legend to me. But a rollout of a Future album without a Drake feature don't feel right. It don't feel right.
Hey.
You know what I'm
told
saying?
him he gave him his first number one, which is actually true.
Things were said, but luckily not super personal things were said about. I don't even think he said anything crazy about Future on any of the disses.
He never addressed him. Only thing he ever said was, "Damn, I can't believe we fell out." Something like that.
It hurts me that we fell out. Essentially, I know that one hurt him. And so,
bro, they made a whole mixtape, a whole album together that people do, whether you love What a Time to Be Alive or not.
Yeah,
that was a pivotal moment in 2015.
Yeah.
DS2, What a Time to Be Alive, magical-ish was happening at that time. Yeah. I want to say this though, man, to kind of close out.
Hey, we got plenty of time.
Okay, I do want to say this, man, because too many times we, as a society, culture, whatever you want to call it, man, rap culture, we highlight the bullshit.
Yes,
we're so quick to highlight, oh, this person's beefing with this person. Oh, look, they dissed them in this song. Oh, look, they had an Instagram post and they sneak dissed them here. Blah, blah, blah. And don't get me wrong. All of that stuff is cool. We are entertained by it. I'm not even talking trash about it. But I think with that being said, we don't really put the same energy in highlighting when peace is trying to be brought to the forefront. So whether or not that tweet by Young Thug trying to get these three men on the same page will work or not, we don't know. But I want to salute the effort.
Yeah,
I do, because I'm telling you, society don't really prop this up as like a big deal. The way we highlight the BS.
We gotta applaud Young Thug. Somebody came out and said what so many people are feeling. So many people it's the Kendrick versus Drake or Drake versus 20v1 situation has just become a circus. Like, people are now. I've been looking at Academics' page, Academics TV, not his page, and it's just like he's picked a side clearly. Of course, he's like, I'm on Drake's side,
Team Drake,
and everything Kendrick Lamar does is stupid, pretty much, right? And it's like we got to get out of the fact that like you don't have to pick sides. These are all great artists. Like, these are all great artists.
Yep.
And the world is a better place in the long term when Drake and all these people are friends. We're all entertained by the beef, but I'm telling you, when things start to fizzle, I mean, look, we got Drake doing songs with these artists, these Mexican artists that I'm just like, whoa, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, would we have gotten
which is
Drake cool, don't get me wrong,
doing
cool.
features in this, man, don't get me wrong, he's made songs with Bad Bunny,
it's cool,
in
it's
the past,
super
but would we have gotten
cool,
this
and
had the relationships in the industry been fractured like this?
It's super cool, and I like
Probably
the
not.
fact that he did that. Like, that's dope that he's paying homage to the culture. But that's the only Drake features we're getting these days. We're only getting him linking up with. We should have by now gotten mad Drake guest appearances, great songs that we could be rapping and singing to, but because of this beef situation, everybody's just scared. Even the people that aren't involved in the beef, I feel like they scared to work with Drake
because they're gonna pick sides.
Because you picking sides.
You know how this picking sides.
And it's just like it's never that. And it was fun, dog. Like, it was fun. But like, let's pump the brake. Let's get back to normalcy.
Hey, bro,
that was fun.
With all that being said, you don't gotta be best friends. I'm sure a lot of the artists that we see collabing, it's just business. They're not hanging out at Christmas and sending each other's kids gifts. Like, it's business, right? And I think
it's not business. It's business.
It's business. It's
Atlanta business.
And it's Atlanta business.
Yeah, and it's from all Atlanta artists involved, right?
Atlanta. It's Atlanta business.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, I just think that, look, they don't got to be best friends, and I don't even care if they are. But what Thug said, again, to be clear, to go back real quick, is the fact that they made great music.
Yeah.
He specifically said, we're brothers, we made great music.
Yeah.
That's important to note.
Yeah.
And I think
Number 1 hits.
with your point about what Drake did for these guys and vice versa, how they all benefited from each other. Thug is like, yo, let's not all forget that. So while the society we love to talk about who unfollowed who, we love to talk about what people are posting. Let's talk about this more, man.
That's a real.
Let's talk about this more.
That's a real, struggle.
Let's be grown-ups in the room.
Next topic.
Yeah.
Lil Uzi Vert. Let's see if I make mistakes here. Lil Uzi Vert.
Yes.
I want to say that name again. Lil Uzi Vert.
Lil Uzi.
So I came up with this topic. I was just thinking the other day. I was like, we talk about all these other artists like Playboy Cardi. We're talking about Yeet.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about who else?
Dirk.
Particularly the younger emo rappers.
Ian
we're talking Ian. We're talking guys like that. I feel like Lil Uzi Vert kind of got lost in the shuffle here. Like, to me, Lil Uzi Vert was supposed to be the biggest artist, one of the biggest hip hop artists in the world. Like, Lil Uzi Vert was supposed to transcend genres and do things that was unbelievable. Like, I still remember hearing EXO Tour Life for the first time and saying like, yo, dog, this is amazing. And I just feel like, every year we're like, oh, this is about to be the one. This is about to be the album that puts them in another stratosphere, puts them in another stratosphere.
There you go.
And it just comes and goes. And then you're like, okay, another album. He's about to do something crazy.
He did it again.
They're about to do something crazy.
We got to have a counter at the bottom of the screen.
Exactly.
Let's have a counter at the bottom of the screen.
They're going to do something crazy. I apologize. It's fun. It's funny, but not funny. We got to be respectful.
Sure.
But, so to me, I'm just like, at a certain point, maybe that's even the bigger discussion here. At a certain point, when do you say, all right, this person just is not quite living up to expectations? Like, we've had to say that about, NBA players at a certain point. I'm like, yo, this player is good. This player is good. I used to, for instance, OJ Mayo. I used to be like, OJ Mayo is like a beast. Just give him another year. Like, nah, let him get the keys to Memphis, And at a certain point, I had to give up. Like, yo, it's not. This is just not. It's just not gonna happen, right? At a certain, not saying that Lil Uzi Vert has accomplished a lot, and Lil Uzi Vert is an amazing artist.
Yep.
But am I tripping for thinking that like he hasn't met or they haven't met the expectations here? Am I tripping?
I don't think you're tripping. I'll say no. You're not tripping.
Okay.
Interestingly enough, though, I have to say this. Isn't it interesting how I feel like we talked about this maybe on a previous show a long time ago, but I'm going to bring this back up now. And it's the fact that, artists benefit a lot more than we actually give sort of credence and credit from when they attach themselves to a group or a collective.
Wow, that's a good point.
And I say that because, of course, there's cases where, artists have been successful, whether it's Juice WRLD. He wasn't really tied to like a collective. XXXTentacion, he kind of was with like Denzel Curry and some of them guys when it was coming up. Ski Mask Slump God. Yeah. But like it wasn't like it didn't get mainstream sort of recognition.
Notoriety.
But Uzi's kind of been floating on his own.
Yeah.
Am I off with that?
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
And that's not just that's not an indictment, it's more of an observation. And I say that because a lot of times the collective will keep you hot when you're not dropping music. Or when you're not in your album cycle.
That's a good
Look
point.
at Playboy Cardi, his literal counterpart. These guys have been compared since 2017, since they've been on the scene. I think if you asked most people who were in tune with that scene in 2017, I think they would have said that Uzi was the clear-cut favorite, clear-cut superstar out of the group. He was the one and not the two. Boy, how times have changed.
Yeah.
Times fly by. You look 8 years later, and it's really Cardi who's the one who created his Opium Collective. bringing guys like Ken Carson along, bringing guys like Destroy Lonely along, going on tour, bringing his guys and having them, making them have moments. I think that's something that Uzi has actually lacked on a bit. Not his fault or anything, but I think he could have benefited from that sort of collective. Now, with that being said, I do believe Uzi has not reached his potential or what we thought it could have been. I do believe that. You know, of course, he's had #1 albums galore. He's sold extremely well. He's been at Rolling Loud galore. Like he's done major things. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if Uzi has had that defining career moment just yet. From an album standpoint, from a tour standpoint. Like, what has he done that you could say has been a career-defining sort of significant moment?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what Travis Scott is doing, he's going on MetLife stadium tours. Like, again, some of these guys are selling out tours around the world and having these, like, major looks. I don't know if Uzi's doing that.
Yeah.
Again, he's had mad success. You know, he's had mad success, and I don't know.
You know, Uzi's kind of just chilling. I mean,
like, do you disagree with anything I said?
I agree. I mean, I 100% agree. I mean, there's several things to peel from what you said. I mean, I agree. They have not had that moment. Let's
just say Uzi.
I'm just gonna say Uzi.
Yeah, I was about to say just say Uzi.
Uzi has not had that moment.
There you go.
But you know, Uzi's had several little moments here and there. You know,
sure,
several little moments here and there, but like not the moment, right? But what I will say is this, you know, as a basketball enthusiast, thank you. Yeah. As a basketball enthusiast, right? I've been noticing something. I like Michael Jordan. Mm-hmm. A lot of people copy Michael Jordan's moves, right? And Kobe Bryant was one of the best people to copy Michael Jordan's moves. Mm-hmm. As I study Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan's games, I feel like Kobe Bryant was a more exaggerated version of Michael Jordan's game. I feel like his fadeaways were a little more dynamic. Like Kobe Bryant, from a skill standpoint, took Michael Jordan's style and put steroids on it, right? But if you ask more people who the better player was, most people say Michael Jordan. Why? Because maybe Michael Jordan was one that created these moves, right? So, going back to Lil Uzi Vert, I feel like a lot of the stuff that's going on in hip hop, especially young hip hop, was created by Lil Uzi Vert, right? Now, Playboi Carti has taken it and exaggerated his sound. Yeet and all these people exaggerated his sound. So while the difference is Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, they at their primes they didn't really play together. Michael Jordan was on his way out. But this is one of those weird situations where Uzi might still be in his prime, but he's had an influence on the young culture, and they've taken his sound and kind of put steroids on it. So it's almost like Uzi's sound is now standard. Everybody else is the premium version of Uzi. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's where does that respect come from? Is in one sense, do you respect Michael Jordan more, or do you respect Kobe Bryant more? Right? Mm-hmm. And I think in this situation, it might be a situation where they respect Kobe more. And they're willing to listen to Playboi Carti more because they think they took that style of play and is doing it,
and did it better.
Not necessarily better. I don't want to say better, but it's more of an exaggerated. You know how us human beings like exaggerated everything. Anything that's exaggerated, we like.
Yeah, I
like,
mean, people.
What the hell? Like, why are we putting eggs in hamburgers?
What are you? That shit's amazing. Are you kidding me?
Why do we need to do that?
That's amazing.
It's an exaggerated topping.
That's like saying. That's like saying, why are we putting bacon? You gonna say? Are you gonna say bacon too?
Well,
why is it bacon on the burger?
Premium. You know, it's just a little premium. But right. I mean, that's. I think Uzi is falling into that, and therefore, I think if you hear him in interviews, he's constantly saying, "I'm gonna create a new sound." Right when I come back, I'm gonna create a new sound. Uzi's always like, yo, you know, I play with Jersey Club. I play with this. The next thing is gonna be next level. Y'all not gonna even know. I think he's aware that people has taken Uzi's sound and they're kind of doing what they want to do with it, and it's kind of stale.
I get what you're saying.
You know
look,
what I mean?
I will.
That's a hard place to be in.
I hear what you're saying, and I will. You say the word exaggerate.
By the way,
I will actually use the word enhance.
Enhanced. Okay.
They actually, a lot of these dudes,
enhanced.
They done enhanced his sound.
I'm not sure. I like what Uzi does.
Okay.
I like what Uzi does. I'm not sure I say I love what everybody else is doing.
Okay.
But what I will say, I did want to mention, everybody. You know what makes me a little angry, a little annoyed about music, is that everybody says you should reinvent yourself. You need to reinvent yourself. That's really hard to do.
We're going to get to that, too.
That's
actually kind of at the heart of the next topic in a sense. But anyway.
Yeah, but anyway.
No, it is. It is hard to do. But the best artists are the ones who achieve it. Think about it. Go across genres.
Yeah.
Beyonce reinvents herself. The Weeknd reinvents himself.
Yep.
Playboi Carti, and we ain't talking about level of music. I'm just telling you the ones who are like the premier guys. Mm-hmm. Or artists rather, They do it. Kanye reinvents himself. Kendrick reinvents himself. I would even argue Drake to a certain extent reinvents himself. Tyler the Creator. The list goes on. Like I think it's a requirement, damn near. Taylor Swift reinvents herself.
Yep.
Like everyone does it, and I think Uzi tries to do it, and he actually does do it. And I do like your point about the sort of like people still in his swag and his style, and they kind of ran off with it, and maybe they're getting more recognition than he is. But dude, did Uzi do anything wrong to halt his progress, if you will? Because essentially what we're saying is if he has not reached what we thought his potential was going to be, why didn't that happen? Could it have been anything he did? Because
I don't think it's something he did.
You don't think so?
I don't think it's something Uzi did.
I honestly, sometimes I think about it and I'm like, when the height of Uzi's curiosity was Love Is Rage 2 to me. When Love Is Rage 2 came out in 2017, bro, that Uzi was smoking.
Yeah.
His next album was Eternal Atake, if I'm not mistaken.
Eternal Atake.
I feel like that was a cult classic. I don't feel like people appreciated that one.
That was a great album.
I loved it. And I know you did too. And a lot of people did. But I don't feel like that album got the recognition that he was going for. I don't believe it. And he tried some new things. Yeah. He tried infusing. No, we got to wrap it up. But he tried some new things. And, by the time Pink Tape comes around, bro, he's doing some weird things on that project that I'm like, bro.
I didn't like it.
It seems like his direction artistically
I didn't like it.
Went in a way in which
and that's
I think maybe the reason why he maybe hasn't reached them peaks.
And that's the reinvention that we're talking about.
So sometimes you can miss when you reinvent.
For sure. Exactly.
People don't talk about that.
You can't reinvent like 5 times and think every single time is a success.
People don't talk about the reinventions that fail, but anywho. And on that topic of reinventing themselves, let's move on to the next topic. Should artists reinvent themselves, or maybe should they not? Recently we seen a influx of artists who are getting major success, rappers specifically. Bossman D-Lo, Big X the Plug, of course y'all know the baby, he's on his comeback tour. We'll see if he actually will get back to where he was or not. I like the music he's putting out though, guys. But these guys is actually putting out music, and recently it was Bossman D-Lo who was getting trolled by fans online because they were saying all his music sounds the same. Why are you not switching up the flow, boss man? And he laughed at it and was like, y'all still rocking with me. What are we talking about, right? I got to ask you, man, because we just came off a topic talking about Uzi not reinventing himself or lack thereof, but are we making much to do about nothing? Like, do artists really need to switch up the formula? You know what I mean? Like, dude, is that even necessary?
Look, one of the biggest quotes I live by is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I thought when people were calling out the baby for that, I thought it wasn't fair. I thought the baby is a big artist, so you're probably consuming his music more than their typical artists that you consume. So you're probably like, yo, I've heard this song 15 times, and I'm just used to hearing that flow from him, right? Okay. I think there's more artists like Polo G, right? Polo G uses the same flows all the time.
That's true.
You know, but I if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, do
you really feel that way?
I want to be careful.
Do you really feel that way?
I'm trying to be very, very
that's
careful.
That's the thing, right?
I don't mean this as an insult.
Okay.
I don't want to say this as an insult.
Okay.
I just don't believe to make it in the hip hop game these days, you have to be a full blown artist, right? I think a lot of these rappers that people like and are enjoying are rappers that are good enough to give you a verse here and there, good enough to be guest features. You know what I'm saying? Remember how back in the day, I was laughing at this the other day. Remember back in the day, people had albums and there was just certain people that were just special for collaboration rap songs. Be like 5 posse cuts. Remember those? Posse cuts?
Of course.
Like, you know, certain artists are just really good posse cut artists. Bro. Like Busta Rhymes has become a really good posse cut artist. Bossman D-Lo to me is a posse cut rapper.
Okay.
That people have put on a pedestal as a number 1 option, as a number 2 option. I don't think he's that. I think he's just a dude that gives a song some flavor.
Okay.
You know, remember Jaquan?
Of course.
Remember all these people like Murphy Lee?
Hey.
Once you let Murphy Lee start making songs on his own, it was just like, yeah, you know, I kind of like you just dropping verses here and there.
I like that analogy.
You know what I mean? I think that's what this is.
I actually really like that analogy, and because I was gonna come in here and talk about, let's stick with the sports analogy. You brought up basketball before. I'm gonna bring up an NFL analogy. For those of you guys who are familiar with NFL, I'll say football and how that works. Think about the running back position. You have every down backs, and then you have third down backs.
Yep.
Right? Like
goal line backs.
Look at the Jets. That's your squad, right?
Yep.
Is Braylon Allen an every down back?
Nope.
Or is Breece Hall an every down back?
I think both are not every down backs.
That's interesting you say that. You're right. All right. Maybe that's a bad
but
example.
There's more but Breece Hall plays more. I get the point.
You get the point.
Yeah, I get the
Bossman D-Lo 100% is not an every down running back. He's not a everyday rapper. His album will. I already know what's going to happen. When he drops his album, people are going to say, bro, every song sounds the same. Like, where are all the features? Like, this guy's not that good. I know the chatter. I heard it. We heard it with DaBaby. We've heard it with. It's happening right now with Big X the Plug. It happened to Moneybagg Yo. It happens to every rapper who now is occupying a specific lane of rap now, and that's what happens. We're at a stage right now where rap is so massive that there's so many different niches of things that people love. The Sexy Reds, right? Glorilla just dropped a new album. But I actually like her album. I thought it was pretty unique and just like had different flavors on it.
Yeah.
So the challenge is now, how do those artists who are in these different lanes spice up their music? Because they kind of have to.
But to use to defend Bossman D-Lo,
and he got to stop saying, "Hey, come here, baby. Come here, baby. Hey, baby." Every line can't end with "baby." Come on.
To defend Bossman D-Lo, to play devil's advocate here, like I always like to do. I'm going to use another sports exactly. I'm going to use another sports analogy here.
Okay.
You know how they say like certain quarterbacks, like you don't play a rookie quarterback, right? Okay. Let the rookie learn from the mistakes that they make in practice, and let the first rep guy get the reps, and you watch, as these people shine.
Jordan Love,
for example.
Okay.
I felt like hip hop had more of that back then. Like as when Biggie came out, Biggie was the star of the show. Mace was in the back. Let's throw Mace a little verse here and there, or Busta Rhymes had Rampage. Let's throw him a little verse here and there. Let's see what happens. A lot of these guys now may not be fully their artistry.
They're not
not
featured.
Fully,
they're not a feature. They don't have the arsenal to be a feature
but
artist.
even so, like people are complaining about Bossman D-Lo. Bossman D-Lo's been on for like a year.
That's true.
Do you know how many people, how long? Like, we all look at Drake. The Drake that we see today ain't the Drake we saw when he first came out. We got to give some of these artists some more time to grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody thinks Michael Jackson was Michael Jackson. Oh, Michael Jackson, he's always been great, but Michael Jackson was not Thriller Michael Jackson when he first came out.
But guess what?
You know what I'm saying?
But guess what, though?
I'm not saying Boss Man D-Lo is going to
you're not saying he's actually
going
to
to
get. Yeah, I get it.
But I'm just saying, like, you know, let him drop his album.
Hey, look.
Let him do his thing. Let's see how he adjusts, evolve. Dog, I'm going to say this, too. Sorry, I cut you off, but dog, real talk. I thought Rick Ross was awful. I did not think Rick Ross was a good rapper. Dog.
You mean Port of Miami? Port of Miami days? It was not good.
I did not think Rick Ross was a good rapper.
Real talk.
I could not stand his rap style. Right? We always talk about it. And then you can see kind of a shift when Triller came out.
Right.
Like, you know, he's some songs where his swag. Then when he had his back against the wall against 50 Cent, he dropped
Deeper Than Rap.
Deeper Than Rap.
Yeah, Deeper
I was
Than
like,
Rap
yo, dog, this dude's nice.
Of course.
And since then, Rick Ross got better.
And now he's marveled for his pen.
And now it's like Rick Ross to me is, I would put him in my top 15, top 10 rappers of all time.
I wouldn't go that far, but I get the
Definitely
point.
top 10.
I do get the point.
It's not even. It's top 15, top 10. He's definitely a top 15.
Well, for you, that's fine.
At least top 15. At least 15. Stop it.
He's top.
What?
For me, I give him top 20. He's in the top 20.
You can name 19 people better than Rick Ross?
As a rapper?
That's not true.
As a rapper?
That is a complete
100%.
lie. No. I will not.
20. You said top 15.
Like, still
disrespectful. It ain't even that far
Rick
off.
Ross is a top 15 rapper.
We can have that debate if you want. Not now,
bro. There is not. I can name 19 rappers better than Rick Ross.
I will name you 19 rappers who could arguably be better than Ross. I didn't say it's like definitive.
Name me one that's at the bottom, close to. It's like, is Nicki Minaj? Would you say Nicki Minaj is better?
Busta Rhymes.
It's okay.
Busta Rhymes.
What?
Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes is.
You said name me a rapper who's arguably at the bottom of the list that I'm talking about.
What?
Busta Rhymes as
Busta Rhymes higher than
Do you
Rick
know
Ross?
what?
I love Busta.
See what people
Busta.
like to do is they like to minimize him to what
but
he
Rick
ended
Ross.
up. Busta Rhymes is an incredible rapper.
I know that.
What are we talking about?
But we're talking about Rick Ross.
It's a different flavor of rapper.
Wow.
Let's be clear. But
I'm
Busta
not
Rhymes
sure about that.
is a rapping
Go look at
ass
your
dude. Are we freaking kidding me?
He is a rapping ass dude. But are you forgetting about what Rick Ross has done in the last 10 years?
This is not a
Are you
Ross,
crazy?
This is not a Ross debate.
You are out of your mind.
I'm actually not. And if anybody,
what Busta Rhymes album do you like?
Anybody knows?
What Busta Rhymes album will you say is
Bro.
give me right now?
No.
Which Busta Rhymes album?
Look, this is turned into a Busta Rhymes and
Which
Ross debate.
Busta
I don't
Rhymes
care enough
album?
right now. You turning this into something I don't care about. What the heck? We can do this offline if you would like to.
Fine.
But the point was not about Ross. Your point was about that Ross has evolved over time.
Yes,
that was your point.
And I think he's
which is the fact.
Yes. Okay.
I agree with you.
So
But Bossman D-Lo, I don't believe he will.
Do you think he's skilled?
I don't believe he will evolve over time.
You don't think he's
as a pen, like his pen.
Okay.
I don't see it. I don't.
Well, I do.
But I just wanted to say this real quick. I wanted to say that I don't think that artists of today have the luxury to develop over time. Because they're thrusted into the forefront.
Government's not giving enough money.
No, F the government. They ain't giving them enough cheese and assistance. Is that what you're trying
Government
to say?
assistance?
That's freaking racist. No, I'm kidding. But no, dude, artists they're popping up. They're putting out music. They're being judged. The public is seeing it. Social media. Like nobody's giving the grace to actually develop in the way I think you're saying. So it actually sucks to be an artist for that particular reason these days. But hey, bro, if you got the talent in you, eventually you're gonna have to show. I think eventually, if you're an artist that has longevity, a different like element, a new sort of flavor, maybe an elevation of your pen, something needs to actually change. So when people are coming at these artists, Big X the Plug, Bossman D-Lo, the Baby, when they're saying these things, I do think there's some merit to the claims of like, yo, you sound the same. Okay. And I do think, you should eventually switch up if you do plan to have longevity. Most artists can't actually stay the same. Most artists cannot stay the same for that long. Let's be real.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I'm still offended by Rick Ross is not a top 15 rapper. What?
Yo, get off my Johnson.
you
I
kidding
literally
me?
said top 20. You act like I said top 50.
That's
What are
true.
you talking about? The fact that you even picking at this is insane to me. If I said top
Okay,
100,
I'm saying-
I would be offended like you. What are we talking
leaning
about?
top 10, 15.
What are we talking about right now?
I'm very curious. He's closer
Bruh,
to top 10 than he is to top
offline,
15.
we can actually do
All right,
a full blown list if you want.
right, all
I swear we can do it.
No, but I want them to know. I want them to. I'm curious
Because
to
now
know what people think.
I got to ask you before because we're not going to do it. What we will talk about is the criteria.
Here we go.
No, this is important.
Yes.
Are we talking about skill and accomplishments, or are we just talking about skill? Which one are we talking about? And when you're talking
Skills
about
and
this list.
accomplishment. I think skills and accomplishment.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're clear on
skills
what the
and
criteria is.
Skills and accomplishment.
Fair enough.
But all right, whatever.
So in other words, Saha the Prince won't count.
But I will say,
In other words, Saha the Prince
that's how
doesn't
we
count.
won. But I do want to say this before we close out.
Okay, yeah.
I did listen to Big Extra Plug's album. I liked it a lot.
Me too.
Big
Me
Extra
too.
Plug, from a production standpoint, I love what he brought from a production standpoint. So while his flows are very similar,
Yeah.
the different types of backdrops that he uses are
The samples and all that
fascinating.
stuff,
The
yeah.
samples and his lyrical content.
Conceptually,
his content's pretty dope.
like the
You
2
know?
a.m. song with the Isley brothers.
Yeah, exactly.
I like
It's
conceptually he
conceptually,
brings the
like,
concept,
so-
but the
so
the
it's-
approach is the same.
A lot of people
Yeah.
don't. A lot of people. I get flows. Yes, I get it. But when somebody's actually talking about something, because another person too that uses the same flow a lot is a dude from Houston, Nigerian.
Oh,
Ghana.
Maxo Cream.
Maxo Cream. He uses
Yeah,
the same
Max-
flow
he
all
does.
the time.
No, he does. He does.
right?
He does.
Benny the Butcher uses the same flow all the time.
He does. He does.
But
He does.
what they're saying, they don't care what. I don't care how we said it, is listen to what we're saying, and I think in those cases you got to give a pass to.
But and also the last thing I'll say is beyond just the flows too. A lot artists, rappers specifically, they give a lot of credence to some of these claims of sounding the same. I think it's more about the production.
Yeah.
And not.
Yeah.
It's not always about their approach to rap, because you're right, dog. People be rapping the same. That's not a crime.
Yeah.
But it's when you don't switch up the production.
Yeah.
That's like, okay, bro.
That's when it's like,
we need
and
something different,
what we
bro.
do. Let's see what you do differently. With the
Yeah, like
production.
come on, add in a different element, but we'll
Yeah.
see. Anyway, let's wrap this
gotta
thing
get
up.
out of here.
The people have spoken.
Yes, the people have
The
spoken.
crowd is throwing peanuts.
Yes.
If you made it this far, y'all make sure to hit that subscribe button, man. Shout out to y'all. And actually, do you think that Rick Ross is a top 15 rapper? Beyond you and I would like to know the people who don't believe he's a top 15 rapper, because I believe he's up there.
Okay.
Whether he's 15, whether he's 20.
Okay.
I know there's people who don't even think he's
Top
even in
30.
that.
I think people probably don't think he's top 30.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think it's because they just don't like him. But
Why? Because he's a cop?
We'll see.
Or because he was one?
All right, here we go.
Is that what you're
Here we
saying?
go. I don't know. I just
Okay, got it. All right. Anyway.
Hey, stop.
Shout out to y'all, man. Again, as always, if you're giving advice, just make sure that thing is ill.
Yes, sir.
Bow.